Hop-ups. We know what they are. Do we know what they do? Well, maybe. There's a bunch of different types, and let's just quickly go through them. This doesn't need to be long. I don't have the range available at my house to actually tune a hop-up.
I don't even really work here.
Let's get stuck in. Random barrel. So basically the idea is gel, down barrel, comes out. That gel could have been rubbing on any surface around the whole thing when it leaves the barrel. If it's rubbing on this side, it will be spinning that way and it'll curve to the right. Likewise, if it's rubbing on the left, it'll curve. That's where you get what we call sort of Christmas treeing, where gels just go everywhere. It's like the reverse Christmas tree really, but it's the opposite of what you want. Gels are not consistent enough to roll on one side. Also, they deform and fill the barrel, so your airsoft style hop-up that works here gives it a backspin and rolls it down one side of the barrel the whole way. That doesn't work for us. For gel, we have to put it on the end of the barrel. Your most common ones are these riser style. This is literally when they first come out 4 or 5 years ago. I bought two exactly like this. This one has been cut and I really tried to make it work. It never worked in any blaster well, but it'll work for a demonstration. And the other one I bought is perfect. Mass production, joy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So the main thing is you want this. Has a little seating area. Just use a U-band because I've got one and it's currently not on anything. Same deal. But that will push. You want it slight pressure into it so it sits straight. You don't want it tilting off. That'll not give you the effect. You want it to sit flat, straight with the barrel. These ideally cover with a suppressor so you don't bump them. Come around a corner and whack that. Everything you worked for is gone. But you would tighten these things down, go till you feel a bit of pressure, go till you feel a bit of pressure on each side, and then sort of cinch them up. You don't want to over tighten it because that'll blow out the plastic inside, bend your barrel. You want it tight enough so it doesn't come off. This one really only needed a half turn and it's nearly on. But you may also notice most hop-ups come with an Allen key. I've got tons of them. This one is actually the one that lives in my gear bag. Why does it have tape on it? So I can find it when I drop it on the ground.
Oh, it's funny because it's true.
It's just simple identification. Also, if I don't put that on, where I put it in my gear bag is mesh and it just falls out and disappears. I've lost heaps. So I do that. Also makes it easy to just chuck in your pocket and you reach in and go, there's a bit of tape, grab the whole thing. Now, my preferred sort of, I'm lazy and impatient. That'll come out, don't worry, at some point. But these are similar idea to this. They sort of require some sort of friction fitting because they don't really, that just wobbles around. I use these in flash hiders and try to hide them inside a barrel, inside a flash hider, so it looks normal. This one can be a prick to fit, but it is easy to adjust because it only has the one tongue. But basically, I can hide it. Don't know how well this is going to work, but there is one down in there. Not that it's focusing or doing us any favours here. This is my new CQV seam. This is hiding it in a suppressor. This is a tiny little thing.
It's very small. So small.
But that's on there. That's a Alpha King one, which is more similar to these. Nice and hidden. Take that off, adjust it, put it back on. Hooray. These sort of ones I found nice use in the cherry bomb style. Who wants to see a mutant? But there it is. Cheekily, I take the grub screw out, put it in there with some tape, O-rings, whatever works. Then the grub screw lives down in here. I can just, on the fly, adjust it. It looks like a flash hider, but hides a hop-up. That's my favourite because it retains the looks. Now, the suppressor style one works, and suppressors look cool. Yeah, the sound's not for me, but ones like this where it's right to the end, the sound isn't really affected by it, so I like that. I also like that with a suppressor, your hop-up is protected. It's not going to get beaten when you come around a corner into a wall or something. Adjusting these, easiest way is, like I tell adults, grab a couple of beers.
I got some beers. Let's drink them, huh?
Go somewhere, mate's house, your house.
You don't have any friends.
Somewhere where you've got 30-40 meters of space. Fire a burst. With the hop-up adjusted all the way out, it should do absolutely nothing. Once we start adjusting it, bring this tongue down. The more you bring it down, the more pressure it will apply to the top of the gel. So as it leaves the barrel, it's spinning backwards. That spinning backwards it's called the Magnus effect.
Whoop-de-doo! What does it all mean, Basil?
Let's just be terrible here. We have our, let's just say that's a hop-up. But ideal world, we'd have this just go dead straight and little man hit. Off we go. He goes off. Doesn't work that way. What's more likely to happen is this will travel along and then drop off. With a hop-up though, what you generally will get, adjust it until after about 20-25 meters. It varies, like everyone sets them a little differently. I set mine so there's a little bit of upward rise and then it drops off. This is, 20-25 meters, you generally, it'll go straight so you can hit what you're aiming at. In that sort of 20 to 30 meter range, aim for the chest, you might hit them in the head. You usually at that range you're looking for center mass sort of shots, because even with a hop-up it's not going to be you're not going to be hitting a head-sized target at 40 meters. It just doesn't happen. Also, they'll see it moving, they'll see it coming, they'll move. Ideal range is up to 30 meters. If you're further than that and you can reach them with something with good FPS, good hop-up, you want to make sure they don't see the gel coming, because if they do, they just duck back into cover. Yeah. Now this one's easy because we adjust it down. Eventually you'll get that effect. If you go too far, the thing will just curve up and drop down. Kind of a cool effect. Useless, because if old mate here is getting hit in the top of the head, he's not going to call that because he doesn't know what it is. He thinks a little twig's falling out of a branch or something. So I go for this one here where there's a little bit of rise and fall. That for me gets the best range. It's still straight on a vertical plane from where you shoot it. People are taller than they are wide, but you can go for this one in the middle that's dead straight. You'll get more of this where it just drops off. Tune it to how it suits you. I may change my ideas over time. For the last 3 or 4 years I've been using the slight rise. That way I know the hop-up's working. It also gets me that little bit of extra range. Yeah, adjusting these ones I find is a bit of a pain. But when you get them right, they work well. I don't have grub screws in this. Let's be quick. I gotta go to work. Generally, with your single style hop-ups, you might not get it coming out straight. You'll actually get it going down slightly and then rising and coming up. You can just aim up a little bit. That'll still work. But if you want it to go straight out of the barrel, these are, this is exaggerated, but
Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it! Fix it, fix it, fix it!
yeah, maybe you should have gone look at it. Yeah.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
So it'll have a slight downward, then it'll rise, but you know, you've got to aim up. And yeah, I like things going straight where possible. These do work well for that. What we have is you'll generally leave the bottom tongue alone, wind the top one down. Once you get your desired hop effect, you know, where it goes, without adjusting the bottom one, it'll be closer to this where it shoots downwards. Then what you can do is do quarter to half turns. If fire a bunch of auto, quarter half turn, fire a bunch, burst of 5 or 6 balls, fire a bunch of auto. That's burst of 5 or 6 balls, then quarter of a turn. You'll get ballpark effects, and then you can do slight turns if you really want to fiddle. But adjust that down, you'll end up with this. Then adjust this up until the hop effect gets sort of ruined because suddenly it's not going to be just rubbing on the top tongue, it will rub on the bottom tongue. It kind of, usually the bottom tongue's smooth, the top one's ridged. You can wind these so your gel squeezes through. It's not ideal. You sort of want to, basically the bottom tongue is to guide it along the top tongue. I adjust this up until the hop effect starts to get ruined or changed, and then basically that's at the point where the gel is contacting both tongues. Then quarter of a turn out, quarter of a turn up. You want to bring both tongues upwards until you get this sort of one of these where it's shooting straight out of the barrel. Again, your single tongue versions of a hop up, they're my favourite because they're quick and easy to adjust. I can just aim upwards a bit. Doesn't play well with red dot sights that don't adjust a long way more than they should, but they're more for show than go. Have we covered it? I don't know. So the other thing with these is what generally happens. Well, let's just pull it out. This old and disgusting. Been in a few blasters, never worked well. It's of the minority of these risers. They're generally a good hop up. That's why they've been copied by every company under the sun. I have one that just would not work ever, similar to this. That will annoy you because you've spent money on it. But what you can do is just cut this bottom tongue off, and then you've got a single tongue. It's easier to adjust. Same functionality, less of the features you paid for, but you know, it's something that I just haven't done on this one because this is a very small portion of spare hop-ups that I have. I have loads. This one's actually one I design and print myself. I just adjust dimensions so it suits whatever blaster it's going on. Yeah. So, yeah. The other ones are these thread onto an outer barrel. Yeah, that's not going to focus. But the best results usually come from an inner barrel mounted one. Outer barrel mounted hop-ups, provided they center the barrel and the barrel is true to the hop-up, the way it curves on. They work well, but these are revered as working better. There are some that sort of screw on and mount to the inner barrel, but the other part of these that can suck is you screw them on rather than sitting nice the way you would like to have it oriented with your blaster. It'll be upside down where it's tight or whatever. Put an O-ring on the barrel, that'll squash, and you can kind of squash it more so you can get it to where it belongs and isn't sitting pissed. Little tips: O-rings on outer barrel mounted things, and even any muzzle device you're putting on, that makes it easier to remove and allows you to sit it where you want it. Yeah. So, well, who wants a thumbnail shot? Good luck adjusting your hop-up. May your gels get hits. Have fun.